yourselves to live a prison one. Show some love. Hold each other.
Welcome to the Princess Akpabio show. On this show, we change minds and change attitudes on how you perceive things in life generally. In life, we have so many questions but fewer answers concerning certain issues that we are facing. And that's why I'm here, to give you the kind of answers that you may be looking for the questions that you have. I am your friend, I am your sister, I am your coach. I'm here to make your day a blissful one. Welcome.
We are changing minds and changing attitudes.
You are watching the Princess Akpabio show.
For so many decades since the existence of mankind, the dignity of a woman has always been accredited to a husband or a male figure in the society in her life. And of course, the way she carries herself and the way she presents herself to the world. And for so many decades as well, society has also refused to accredit or give credit to hardworking women who are achievers on 100%. I am Princess Akpabio, and this is Changing Minds, Changing Attitudes. And on today's episode, I will be discussing with you the dignity of womanhood.
Change your minds and change your attitudes.
What is dignity? Dignity, as defined by Oxford Dictionary, is self-respect, regards for oneself, self-worth, and of course, the quality of being worthy of self-esteem. Then what is womanhood? Womanhood is that point where a woman has approached adolescence, or as an adult rather, and is no longer a girl. So she attends adulthood, where she's considered a woman and no longer a girl. Now, putting it together, what is the dignity of a woman? Woman having self-respect for herself, self-worth, self-regard, and now a full-fledged woman. It is imperative for us to understand and to know and to acknowledge the simple fact that we cannot regain, we cannot maintain, we cannot get back the dignity of a womanhood, of a woman, if a woman doesn't know that she deserves the best. She can get what she wants. She deserves to be married to the best husband. She deserves to build a house for herself. She can work and she can achieve things for herself. She can live in a comfortable environment. Until a woman can see that she deserves all the good things that life has to offer her, a man will have no regard, will have no respect for that type of a woman. We have a lot emotionally stranded women in our world today. So many women are stranded. A lot of women have been married, living in this facade, this life of my husband, my husband is my everything. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with your husband being your everything, but the fact is, what happened to you? What happened to your dreams? What happened to your vision? For instance, you see a woman would go to school. She would be everything. She would be the best. She went to the best schools. She has the best grade, better than the husband. And then she gets married to a man. What does she do? She shoves her own degree and puts it in a box, puts it somewhere. Matter of fact, she walks on it. She doesn't even remember that she actually went to school. At the end of the day, the marriage doesn't work and she's thrown out of her matrimonial home. What then happens to her? She becomes emotionally stranded. And we see all of these things happening in the African society. One thing we fail to understand is what the Bible says in 2 Corinthians 6, verse 14. Do not be unequally yoked with an unbeliever. What do I mean by that? Any man that doesn't believe what you believe in, and it's vice versa as well, doesn't have the same vision that you have, you are unevenly yoked. It doesn't necessarily all the time have to be that you're believing in the same God. It means if you are not working together in agreement, it will not work. It's not going to happen. And at this point, the dignity of womanhood is in trouble. Something is definitely going to be wrong when you are in a relationship with a man who doesn't support what you do, who doesn't believe in the vision. Matter of fact, who doesn't even believe that you can be an achiever, who doesn't even believe that you are good enough to be that which you say that you are. And so we are saying that in order to bring out the dignity of a woman, the girl child, women, we have to stand up for ourselves. We have to be what we went to school to be. We have to create the world that we want to see. And you know that you can look into the instances in the world today. You'll see that where women are taking the lead, things are working. Shall we talk about the COVID-19, for instance? Look at the countries that were led or are being led by women. You see that COVID-19 has been contended. Now, what are the problems of womanhood? When you think about it, so you're talking to us about the dignity of womanhood. What can possibly make a woman not to be an achiever, not to allow herself to find her gifting, to find expression in the world that we are living in today? Well, if you ask me, case of inequality. We have inequality in the workplace, inequality in the family structure, inequality in politics, inequality everywhere, if you ask me. It's always, oh, she's a girl, is a woman. Even on the streets when you're driving a car and she makes a turn, or maybe it was a wrong turn, you would hear men would say, oh, it's a woman. Oh, it's a woman, as if it's a perfect world that men don't make the same mistakes while they are driving. So it's inequality. It's kind of like the society see women as if they are so weak, they're not competent to do what they say that they can do. Or like, for instance, the car driving, a woman shouldn't drive the car. Opportunity to serve in high political positions. You notice that when a woman veers for a high political position in our society, what do we hear? Blackmails. And what are these blackmails synonymous to? Sexually. Women are being blackmailed sexually all the time. Even those who struggle to get to this point, what do they say? They find a way to blackmail you sexually. A woman says hi to a man holding a political position. Oh, society misconstrued it to be something else. And before you know it, oh, she sleeps around. And I keep wondering, when will we stop? This is somebody's mother. This is somebody's sister. This is somebody's friend. When will we stop? When will we actually give women the credit that is due to them? As if men who are holding political positions are not involved in some kind of sexual escapades, that always we have to magnify what a woman did wrong. So inequality in the workplace can cause a lot of problem. Gender and age discrimination. Women are being discriminated on every day on the grounds of her gender, on the grounds of her age. She's not old enough. It's either you're not old enough or there is something actually wrong. You are a woman. It makes it look as if a woman being a woman, there's a problem with being a woman. Then I ask this question, what would the world be like without a woman in it? We have a whole bunch of men who be going on each other's throat with testosterone hanging everywhere. You know how men are. They want to be in charge. So women kind of give the world a balance. On a scale, yes. If you don't put a woman in it, women are nurturers. And they groom. Without a woman in it, it'll be so messed up. So why discriminate on a woman based on her age and the fact that she's a woman in terms of her gender? Another thing that I want to look at here is a girl-child education. Girl-child education, yeah. You would hear stuff like, oh, she's a girl child. Oh, she's a girl. Let's not invest so much money on the girl child. After all, at the end of the day, she's going to get married, and then all that education, all of that stuff, she's going to take it to the husband's house. And now, why are you sending a girl child to a school? At the end of the day, all their benefits will go to the husband. Really? Who are the ones taking care of their fathers and their mothers? It's the girl child. That's what the girl child does. A girl child takes care of it. This is how I put that when we come to that part. Why should a girl child be educated? The glory of every family is on the girl child. The crown of the family is on a male child. Can a crown sit on the head of a male child without the glory? So look at it from that perspective. Every family needs a crown bearer or crown wearer and needs a glory carrier. And so the girl child deserves to be educated so that when the boy wears the crown, she has the glory to back it up. And at the end of the day, who comes to your need when you need help, when you need attention, when you need affection, when you need somebody to listen? The girl child. The male child gets married. And so help you God, marries a good wife. That's the only time you will benefit from the things that your son has to offer. If not, he marries the wrong one, a Jezebel. You know the rest of the story and how that goes. So a girl child education is very important. Instead of sending our girls into prostitution, when you don't send a girl child to school, when you don't empower the girl child, our communities, our society is in big trouble. Another problem. The girl child is not properly informed. She's not informed that she can be a commander in the army or paramilitary, that she can actually aspire to be there. A lot of jobs, you see it as if it's a man's thing. It's a man that is supposed to be the one that is a general, is a commander. Question, I'm just thinking about it right now on the show. Do we actually have a lieutenant colonel in the Nigerian army that is a woman? That's something I need to look into. Have I seen a commissioner of police that's a woman in recent time outside the late Maifa? I'm trying to remember. I'm thinking about it. I don't think I have. You know, the number of men should increase too. As much as we are doing things in this world, the number of men should increase in the banking sector, marketing department. Yes, because you know what? I have heard a lot of negative things about women who are into marketing in the banks. How they sleep around, how they do that, how they do this. Some of them are married. Can we have a lot of men to going into marketing? Let's see how it goes. Because then they're going to have to convince both male and female to come open an account in their banks. And then we'll see if the stereotype, because I want to believe that marketing, women being in the marketing department in banks is a stereotype. It's just stereotyping women. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm sure it does happen. But does it happen in the numbers that we hear? I doubt it so much. So men, let's give it a shot. Let's have men in the banking sector. Women, you don't have to, honestly, stay uninformed. You can be informed because what? Knowledge is power. Infidelity. Infidelity is a big one, a threat to womanhood. Infidelity. Well, you grow up just like I did and you heard the word, it's a man's world. It's okay for a man to cheat. It's okay for a man to do this. It's okay for a man to do that. Don't worry, it's a man. He can afford to do that. Oh, when you get pregnant, you're the one that is going to stay at home and take care of the baby. The man's destiny continues. And while the girl child is at home. A man cheats on a woman. Nobody says, oh, that was wrong. Everybody claps. Yeah. As if it's a trophy. As if he just won the lottery. As if it was some kind of achievement. As if he just discovered a gold mine. They say it's a man's world. I don't think so. I think it's our world. I believe strongly that it is our world. We need each other for us to grow, for us to be better, for us to achieve what we have set out to achieve in our world. Until the world recognizes that God created woman and man to work in partnership to achieve what he wanted man to achieve on planet Earth, we will always be having revolutions upon revolutions upon revolutions. I wouldn't be surprised if there is a revolution where women says it's enough. We've had it. This is it for us. I think it's time that we talk about infidelity and we address it. Some women, because of the lack of self-love for themselves, end up marrying men that they don't have any business with, all in the name of I want to be married. And at the end of the day, the man has no value for you. Just look at it from this perspective. You're a woman, you're educated, you've gone to school, you are everything, and you end up marrying a carpenter. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a carpenter. A carpenter is good because, of course, that's his craft, right? Marry a carpenter that has some form of sense. Marry a carpenter that values education. Marry a carpenter that understands what it means to be educated and to send his children to school. And the fact that his wife is educated and his wife can work. When you marry a carpenter that doesn't understand the value of education and what it means to have a white collar job or what it means to be an entrepreneur, even with your degree, you are going to end up being abused as a woman, and the dignity of a woman would be trampled upon. Problems of womanhood, infidelity, not being informed, not educated enough. You are just there. Some women are just there, you know. Some women actually are their problem. Yes, let me say that. Some women are their problem. When they see a woman that is so well-to-do, outspoken, very confident in herself, they have a problem with it. You will hear stuff from a woman's mouth. What is she trying to do? She's trying to be a man. Is she trying to contend with a man? Is she trying to compete with your man? I have been in conferences where you hear young women would say, I'm not in a position to contest with a man. A man is ahead. Who was contending? I asked who was contending. I wasn't contending. What we are asking is the fact that we deserve to be acknowledged. Our contribution should also be considered, that this world wouldn't be where it is without women.
Change your minds and change your attitude.
When you send an educated woman to a husband's house, that man is going to benefit. The family will benefit. And you as the parent or the caregiver would also benefit from it.
Things are never what they seem to be. Changing minds, changing attitudes. Bring ourselves to live a peace and one. Changing minds, changing attitudes. Bring ourselves to live a peace and one. Show some love, hold each other's hands. In confidence we'll make the world a better place. We are changing minds and changing attitudes.
You are watching the Princess Akpabio Show.